Hey guys, it's Alex Serpentine back again with another video on my series of videos about the goals from Michael teachings. The goals are the overarching themes of our lives where we're focusing on certain lessons in each life. So you're going to have a series of lives through reincarnation, and each life you're going to choose a different goal. So you'll see these themes overall in what's operative in your life, and it'll be one of these 7 goals. So today we're going to be talking about discrimination. If you haven't taken my test yet, you can take that. It's in the description of this video and all my goals videos about the goals. So you can determine what your goal is by taking the test. So yeah, let's get into what discrimination is about. And it's about choosing wisely. So this is the overall chart showing the percentage of population for each of the goals. And if you look at discrimination as the light blue one, and it's 2%. It's a very rare goal. It's the second most rare goal. It's actually a very difficult one because you have to say no a lot. So you have to it's the opposite of acceptance. You see, acceptance has 30%. That one's about saying yes and accepting life and letting things be. But this one, discrimination, is about saying no. And so you have to sort through a lot of things and remove certain things from your life, people, events, different things, and develop a better discernment. That's basically what discrimination is about. So here's the image I'm using for discrimination. You see somebody grabbing gems, choosing which gems they really like from a group of gems. That's kind of what the goal of discrimination is about. I noticed that a lot of people who have discrimination are kind of like creative visionaries. They have like their own unique kind of flair and like style with whatever their work is. So discrimination really helps in developing kind of like your own vision or your own kind of approach to things, because you remove the things that you don't feel are useful or interesting or yeah, like good for you or whatever. And so you choose the best parts of that whole thing. So that's the analogy here. The metaphor is choosing wisely, picking the best pieces out and then getting rid of the rest of the things that don't serve you. So the overview for discrimination is about developing discernment and learning to say no to what doesn't serve you. This goal often involves rejecting unhealthy patterns, relationships, or opportunities. The focus is on improving the quality of life by making intentional, thoughtful choices. Key traits are that there's a strong focus on refining choices and setting clear boundaries. People with this goal value quality and alignment over quantity or convenience. They're often critical with a sharp eye for what does or doesn't work. It's really common for critics to have the goal of discrimination because they're like picking things apart and saying, oh, that's not so good. I don't like that so much. That's kind of the discrimination is basically the critical eye. Strengths and talents is that they're highly perceptive and capable of identifying what truly matters. They're excellent at evaluating options and making decisions that lead to better outcomes. They protect their energy and time by prioritizing what aligns with their values. So it's really common people with discrimination are going to figure out like, these people don't serve me. I don't want them in my life anymore. I don't want to do these things. It's not serving me. So they're always looking at things in a critical eye in terms of just discerning what is worth valuing in their life versus what's worth removing. Challenges and growth areas. They struggle with being overly critical and perfectionistic. They have difficulty trusting themselves to make the right choice. They may have a fear of missing out or regret after saying no. So it is kind of difficult. It's one of the most difficult goals to have because you're just saying no constantly. And then you might feel like if you have this goal, it's like, I keep on having to move on from friends and keep on changing my circumstances. And I feel like I don't know, I feel bad about it kind of, it could feel like that because you're saying no a lot and you're kind of leaving behind a lot of people, circumstances, things that aren't serving you anymore. So it's kind of difficult, but that's why you might have a fear of missing out regarding that. But that's just the pattern that you're going to have. It's just always moving on to the better thing, removing the things from your life that aren't worth your time. Real life applications are like declining invitations or opportunities that don't feel aligned with you, letting go of relationships or habits or commitments that drain your energy, and practicing thoughtful decision making to improve life quality. Some famous examples of people with discrimination: George Lucas, the Star Wars creator. He's known for uncompromising creative vision. He refined Star Wars into a groundbreaking and enduring story by prioritizing quality and innovation. So this actually, discrimination has a strong tie to creativity. And you'll notice that people who have discrimination have like a very unique vision, that they've developed, because they're like, this is what's worth preserving and incorporating. I'm going to get rid of all the bullshit and just focus on what I feel like are the gems, the real valuable parts. So here's some other examples of people who have discrimination: Thomas Jefferson, Kid Cudi, Conan O'Brien, Osho, Joe Rogan, Quentin Tarantino, and Nikola Tesla. You see some of these people are like really creative or have their own like personality, but they can also be critics. They can also be struggling with figuring out what's worth preserving and what's worth getting rid of. That's kind of the themes. And usually there's a lot of visionary thinking involved in this. Some reflection questions to figure out if you have discrimination. Do you feel exhausted by commitments or choices that don't align with you? Have you struggled with learning to say no to protect your time and energy? And do you find joy in curating a life that reflects your values? If so, you might have the goal of discrimination. You could also be having the goal of acceptance and sliding to discrimination, or have the goal of discrimination and sliding to acceptance, because those are the paired goals. Discrimination is saying no, and acceptance is saying yes. So because discrimination is such an uncommon goal chosen, it's common that it'll be paired with acceptance, which is a very popular common goal that people choose. Some personal growth tips: practicing saying no without guilt. Your energy is finite and valuable. Focus on what brings you joy and fulfillment and let go of the rest. Trust your instincts to guide you toward what aligns with your values. So in summary, discrimination is about refining your life by choosing wisely and aligning with your values. Strengths are perception, intentionality, and decision making. Some challenges are a tendency towards perfectionism, a fear of missing out, and learning how to trust your choices. The overall takeaway is that a life of quality begins with the courage to say no. So this is one of the most difficult ones, and the most rare of the goals. But it's a really important one because you can't just always say yes to everything. I would say that this probably happens, that it's chosen because in past lives there's a lot of focus or tendency to just allow things to be as they are, more on the acceptance side of things. But then you're letting a lot of things into your life that aren't serving you when you're too over relying on the acceptance side. So some people need to learn how to develop this discrimination and say no to things so they can improve their life and have better friends, have better experiences and habits and activities and things that they focus on, and improve their creativity, focusing on what is really important and valuable. So it's a very important goal, but it's just a very difficult one because you have to say no to a lot of things. So yeah, that's discrimination. If you don't know your goal yet, you can take my test that's in the description of this video, and you can look at my Linktree to take other Michael Teachings tests, like the roles or the soul ages or the obstacles. Those are the other tests I have. And then I also have a template that you can check out to input all your results from all these different tests. So yeah, that's it for this video. You can also check out my other videos on the goals. If this one isn't the one that aligns with you, you figure out based on what your results are for my test. So go check that out. So that's it. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.